Assalamualaikum. Today we have the assignment 2 and we have to do the examples from the slides. Mm, for this we have example number for this we have example number 212 uh, 212 in which we have to find the voltage currents for parallel diode configuration. We have this one. So as diodes are in on state, so it is greater than 0.2, 0.7 voltages. And to find the current, we will divide the voltage across the resistor, which is E minus VD over R. E we have 10 voltage here, and R we have 0. VD diode का जो voltage है वो 0.7 volt divided by the resistance 0.33, so we have the current 28.18. And uh, when we assume that both diodes have the same properties, so ID1, ID2 will be equal, so the current will be divided in both. So 28.18 over 2 is equal to 14.09 milliampere. So as you know, if here you can see for the applied voltage, the pressure of the source established current through each diode in same direction. So 0.7 volt, both diodes in on states. So parallel, same both the diodes. So we will do this solution. So here in 2.12 example, one reason which I got is that when the diodes are parallel, the current will be divided. Otherwise, if the current which is 20 milliampere, 28.18 milliampere would damage the device if appeared alone in figure 2.3. So we place two diodes of silicon diodes, and then the voltage the current will be divided, and our device cannot be damaged. Second example we have from the book 226. In this one, we have the Zener diode. We have to find the VL, VR, IZ, and PZ, and then we have to repeat this with RL is equal to 3 kiloampere. For this, we have and we find the voltage across here VZ and RTM. We have to RL VI over R plus RL. We notice 8.73. So we find 8.73 is less than VZ, which is 10. So it is in our off state like this. So VL is equal to V is equal to 8.73. We can find the VR voltage across the resistor by VI minus VL, which is 16.16 minus 8.73, which is 7.27. IZ, जो कि Zener diode का current है वो 0 है. As so EZ, which is a power, which is 0 watt. With RL is equal to 3 kiloampere ohm, we have the formula which is same RL VI over R plus RL. 3 into 16, 1 plus 3, 16 into 3 is 48, and 4, 12 volts are 48, so 12 volt. With 12 volt, which is greater than the voltage of Zener 12 volts, so it is an on state like this. So we have the load voltage is equal to Zener voltage, which is 10 volt. So we can find the resistance VI minus VL 6 volt. IL is equal to VL over VRL. 10 over 3 is 3.33. current we can find by same resistance 6 milliampere, and we can find the IZ 2.67. Power dissipated we've got is to 26.7 milliwatt, which is less than the uh, 30 millivolt, which is less than the specified PGM, which is 30 millivolt. So we have this. Uh, Again, we have to do some. We have to power DC power supply. So for this, uh, we have to know what is DC power play. So what I got is DC power play is a direct current power supply in a device that convert AC current, which is alternating current, to direct current or from one voltage to another. Most of the electronic devices and circuits are powered by DC power supply. The majority of DC power supplies are in the form of wall adapters. So standard AC outlet and outputs of fixed quantity DC voltage, typically 5 or 12. So we have some precautions for using DC power supply, like follow all manufacturing instructions when using the DC power supply, store the DC power supply in a cool, dry place when not in use. Do not operate the DC power supply, it appears damaged. Make sure DC power supply is turned off and unplugged before the attempting. So we have some points to consider selecting a DC power supply. We should have voltage and current requirements, efficiency, weight, um, cost. उसकी, of course, the cost is always a consideration when purchasing any type of product. Power supply income, variety prices. Choose one that fits you. Budget, efficiency, size and weight. हम कहाँ पे यूज कर रहे हैं, कैसे यूज कर रहे हैं. So हम लोग कहाँ पे ये यूज कर सकते हैं. For this we use in computers, televisions, cell phones, power tools, medical devices. मेडिकल में ECG के लिए इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. बहुत सी इंडस्ट्री मशीनिंग में medical devices, industrial machining. How does DC power work? So direct current is the movement of electrons in a conductor such as a wire from negative to positive. Electricity can be generated using a various generators, solar cells, and batteries. Direct current only goes in one direction, unlike alternating. It does not flip between positive and negative charges. Uh, DC is not usable in our homes because it is not very effective. Most homes are alternating current, which is a much more efficient form of electricity. Uh, in Clean, we can say that a DC power supply is an electrical device that provides a DC voltage for another device or circuit. It is an essential component in many electronic devices and systems. There are different types of DC power supply. So by this, from 85 to 91 slides, rectifier circuit. A full wave rectifier has less ripple for a given filter capacitor because we have this very minute datasheet online. A specific device can choose an particular datasheet for rectifier to be used is power supply. This datasheet can be transformed. नर में हम लोग TC यूज कर सकते हैं. ये like this, and this is the power supply pictures that we